the Rohingya problem, Rohingya repatriation. What are we doing and what should we do? Should we put it into a high priority concentration because Bangladesh is not able to host 2 million Rohingyas?
No, no.
Your take, sir.
Rohingya, when they came, first of all, the border guards, at that time it was, they were called, they stopped it. But then the government in Bangladesh, whichever government, said they let them come in. In fact, the international refugee and Rohingya thing is that whenever people from another country is tortured and otherwise feel it's impossible, when they want to come, you have to allow them. That is we are a signatory to that. So that was right. But then immediately the international community of the UN has a responsibility to solve the problem and to send them back home. But it's not always that easy. They have been trying and they have been also giving donations and other things. But over the years, the donations are drying up. USA has drastically cut it now. It is becoming a serious problem. It would be impossible for Bangladesh, not impossible, really very, very difficult to feed them in addition its own problems in the country. So something should be done and Bangladesh has been trying. Incidentally, even the UN Secretary General came to Dhaka, to Bangladesh and Cox's Bazar, all that. These have borne some fruits. This time, today is the second day of the UN General Assembly session. This time there is going to be a session, special session on Rohingya issues, and this is on the agenda of the UN. So it is expected that they will renew their places to support them and also give some concrete steps as to how they can be sent. I don't know, this Arakan area, which is now the Rakhine state, has been taken over by the Rakhine army. It's no longer with the military junta there. So I don't know what sort of things are going on there, but they should be not pushed back, I should say sent back to their own country, which is now lying barren. And the Arakan army should be asked very sternly that even though they are not these Rohingya people, it is their country also. And this whole Arakan state, it was a kingdom. It was a part of the subcontinent and it was basically a Muslim state, and most of the peoples are of this stock. So it is their land. They should not be in any case kept out. I think the world will understand and do something. Let us see what happens in tomorrow's meeting.
Sir, I am going to tell you something which is very dangerous for me as a journalist, because it is a leak report by WikiLeaks in 2022 and it is a CIA facts finding report. A report is about Rohingyas. They said Rohingyas might be the repetition of 1947. Let me explain. I have gone through it. In 1947, when the Second World War ended, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill made a decision with Roosevelt, of US President, who was US President for 3 times due to the war. He said, let us assemble all the Jewish people, put them on the ship, let them bring to the West Bank or current Palestine. And after 90 years, they became the threat of the Middle East, they became the threat of the world. They are controlling the world economy, world business, world healthcare, everything. They are so powerful that in 1 month they have attacked 7 Arabian countries, but Arabian countries are silent. According to editorial policy, they could not mention might be the repetition of Israel. They said might be the repetition of 1947. Don't you think entire Bangladesh should focus on it? The government should focus on it, foreign ministry should focus on it, our military guards should focus on it, because we have to resolve this problem. Otherwise, this editorial might be true one day that it is a repetition of 1947. I mean, Rohingya is going to be the Israel of South Asia, sir.
Well, not unlikely. There was quite a few months ago, after the coming of this caretaker government, there was a move that there would be a human corridor. That means the Americans would be able to come and go there and they will be managing there. But there was a popular opposition to this in this country, strengthened by the army opposition. So that human corridor could not be made that way. But nowadays talks are around that there are American landing of American troops and all those things. At that time I made a post in the Facebook, I said, well, whatever the government does may do, but they must be doing in consultation with the government, and only if the people agree they can they do it. And then someone telephoned me and said, would you, sir, kindly give me your mobile email number? I gave it, but nobody ever sent me an email. So there is something going on. I should not say this public domain this way, but I have a suspicion that something is going on. So the people should also understand, and we ask the government to make things very clear what is happening on the eastern side of Bangladesh, in the Arakan area.
Do you think every single citizen of this country should be in one opinion that we need to repatriate Rohingyas?
Yes, of course.
Sir, as a journalist, I visited in 2002 when four-party alliance under the leadership of Begum Khaleda Zia was in power. Indian government, I mean Atal Bihari Vajpayee and L.K. Advani government started to push back Bangladeshi people or Indian citizens to Bangladesh. I have had the opportunity to go to New Delhi and to interview Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Lal Krishna Advani and General Yashwant Sinha regarding Bangladesh. At the same time, when I was in Delhi, I found a statement in Hindustan Times by the Congress leader Sonia Gandhi. She says, if something internal India, I will oppose the decision of BJP government, but if something against India, I mean external affairs, my position will be with the Vajpayee government. They are so united. We are not. Well, what is your comment and what is your advice to the political parties of Bangladesh? Because we need to be united regarding the sovereignty of this country, integrity of this country, and of course the development.
It is a very dangerous minefield you have thrown me into, because if I say a few words in praise, some will call me a dalal, and if I say against, they will call me an anti-Bangladeshi fan. It's very difficult, but the thing is, you have to look at the background of political people. In the entire subcontinent, Bangladesh area now, the East Bengal was the most undeveloped, uneducated and all that. Suddenly we got in 1947 a country called Pakistan, for which we also voted. When it came to power, Bangladesh was curtailed from the rest of Bengal, and we were given this undeveloped marshy area. We had some educated people, but not much politically trained. So from that first day of 1947, it started scheming from Pakistan, that is West Pakistan, and we have always been victim. So after we became Bangladesh, unfortunately we didn't have any time to have political training, political acumen and all that. So our politicians in general, there are of course honorable exceptions, but in general our politicians are not dedicated, not experienced, not, I again say with honorable exceptions, are not experienced, are not educated, have no idea of statecraft, even idea of how the constitution. Nowadays I say this bicameral legislature, this upper house, some of them do not know. Somebody was telling that PR, proportional representation, they said 90% of the people do not understand what PR is, and they are asking for it. So our problem is the politicians in general are not educated enough, and whatever education is there, most of them, if not all, are trying to fill their own pockets, not the country. So that is our problem.
Sir, I said before the break that I will put some tough questions to Ali Ahmed. As you are a humble person by nature, you have answered all these questions. I just want to do my last question to you. You see in Manila, you see in Philippines, the Bangladesh style protests are going on by Gen Zs and the parents are attending. What do you think, sir? Why Gen Zs are becoming so much focused against corruption, against polarization, against nepotism, and Gen Z's voice are so loud and clear that governments, militaries, police are not capable to face them?
Yeah. They have broken lot of properties, caused harm to the country, and lot of destruction. So that is not good, but I welcome these protests. This is because when any government or statecraft fails to match with the desire of the people, there is revolution. That happened way back in 1789 in France, the French Revolution, because the people went ahead of the monarchy at the time. That happened in 47 because it was not there, so Pakistan came into being. It happened in 52, the language movement. This happens in 54, the election. This happened in 69 against Ayub Khan. This against in Ershad and all those things. So, this is happening not only in this country, in nearby Nepal, in Philippines, in all those countries. So, it is time that the people who are occupying the chairs of rulers must be servers of the people and must understand people's desire, and please really allow democracy and ensure people's rights and stop corruption. That is the greatest
Very
problem.
loud and clear, ladies and gentlemen.